are here today in Power Mobile Gym, the home of champions. We're here for a special episode of Creative Insight. I'm here with Shania Gordon. How you doing? You good?
Good, thank you. I'm
Nice,
good.
nice. Big up. We're in the gym. So how you feeling today, man? How's it going?
Yeah, good.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah? Nice. We're going to talk about everything about PMG, even Dream Chasers, and even talk about yourself, how you got started in boxing and your journey so far, and everything to go forward from there as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, nice, cool. So my first question is, why the name Power Mobile Gym?
Do you know what? I originally started off with Driller's Mobile Gym, right?
Okay.
But then I realised the name, it probably didn't sound that great. It wasn't that commercial. It wasn't that marketable. But my idea was, like, offering services to young people all over, all over London, then all over the UK, then all over the world and stuff like that. So it had to be something that kind of resonated with the word mobile. That's why we got that. Although we might have bases, we do kind of put emphasis on the fact that we travel and deliver our services everywhere. And then power, just because we're a powerful team.
And you empower
exactly,
the young people as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then obviously you got the gym element of it, which is what we do basically. Yeah. So I thought, let's scratch Driller's Gym. That didn't sound good. I originally called it Driller's Gym. We drill down on technique, but then I thought
do some technical drills.
I thought I don't really like it after all that. So I just stuck with Power Mobile Gym. It took me a long time to think of that name because that creative element in my head doesn't really spark. But we got there. Yeah? We got there.
Nice. And obviously you yourself, you're coaching at the moment, but doing research going back, you used to do boxing as well. How did you get into what made you want to get into boxing too?
Do you know what? I ignored, I have quite a few family members that box, but I ignored them. I didn't really take any interest in them. Obviously, I've got my Uncle Spencer, I've got my Uncle Darren, and I've always been around boxers, but I didn't really take any notice of them. My mum put me into so many different sports, and none of them, I couldn't catch a ball to save my life. So that rules out a lot of sports. So,
football,
basketball, netball, everything, everything. So to the extent where my PE teacher recorded someone else and said it was me for my GCSE grade. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So it was that bad. It was that bad. But do you know what I said to myself? This thing that I'm avoiding so much, let me just give it a try or whatever. My dad took me to my local boxing club, which was Redbridge ABC. And I loved it. First session, I loved it. And they were all screaming about, oh, she's a natural. And I thought, I bet they say that with everyone that walks through the door. Do you know what I mean? But it was really, really good. I loved it. I then went on to fight and then eventually coach. And I've just loved it ever since. I think I started at probably around 10, probably around 10.
10, nice.
Yeah,
so would you say that anyone that's looking to get into boxing or any parents out there, do you think they should start earlier the better, or is it okay to just kind of see what it is?
Earlier the better with anything, I'd say. But, I wouldn't say any younger than 10, reason being because you can't compete until you're 10 anyway, so it doesn't really make much sense. I'd say at any time you can get into boxing, because we see several people, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, these people started quite late. We're talking 18, 19, 23 sort of ages, and look at the successes they've become. So
I guess it's about your mindset as well.
100%. How motivated you are, how consistent you are. So
Definitely, man, definitely. And my next one is, what's the mission of Power Mobile Gym at the moment?
The mission is to empower young people all over the world. We don't want to stop at South East London or London as a whole. As you already know, you're wearing a T-shirt today.
We're going to talk about role models. We're going to get into that, definitely.
So just empowering young people all over, because there's so much life skills, personal development, things that young people don't cover in the education system. So that's why I felt the need to step in and deliver that on side of boxing. So
Nice. What's 3 challenges of running a gym?
3 challenges of running a gym. I would say the first challenge is promotion. You got to keep it with running a gym. The promotion doesn't stop. In my head, I thought. When I first started, I thought, I'll just go hard on promotion and eventually everything just... But I realised that every other gym does it. You have to it's continuous promotion, and you have to stay relevant. You have to put on events, you have to do this, what's different about your gym to the
Yes.
next boxing gym. So
100%.
promotion. The second thing is dealing with the ups and downs of working with young people, when, you know, getting young people ready to fight, and then, you know, maybe their consistency or motivation might drop, and then hormones, and then there's a lot of other stuff, family issues. It's all affecting the young person's life, so that's another big issue. And I think the third issue would be equipping the gym constantly,
Updating.
just it's quite costly to actually
and
equip
maintaining as well.
and maintaining exactly. So, but I love it anyway.
Yeah, nice. So I was gonna say that leads me to my next part.
Yeah.
What's three things that are rewarding about running Power Mobile Gym?
Definitely, I think just seeing the changes that young people make with us. That's just the most emotionally rewarding thing that keeps me going, and that kind of fuels my motivation to do more stuff and to help them further. Another thing I would say is probably seeing the progress of the young people as well, like competitive wise, actually seeing them go from, you know, not knowing how to box to competing and winning. Like that's I can't explain that feeling, to be fair. I even have it on my vision board at home to win fights with boxers and stuff like that. It's a big thing to me. And then the third thing I would say is probably just a community element of Power Mobile Gym. We are
like a family.
I keep pushing that message, and I let everyone. It doesn't matter whether you're white, black, Asian. It doesn't matter. We are one family.
100.
And I think if we work together like that, we can get a lot done using everyone's links and making it work. Because that's how with Power Mobile Gym. How we, even when it came to stuff like working with Lucas, this is all personal links or links that I found through other people. In my head, I just put it to myself that the worst someone's going to say to me is no.
Yeah, that
is it.
You got to put yourself out there.
Exactly. If someone says no, so what? You move on, you try again somewhere else. So, yeah.
No, facts. I like that. And tell me about Kidbrook as well, because we know that Power Mobile Gym is in partnership with Berkeley Housing to deliver free boxing sessions. So tell them a bit more about how they can get involved with that as well, like any young people that are out there.
So the Kidbrook sessions, they're a drop-in session. So young people can drop in and register. If they are under 18, they do need to have a parent or someone call up at least to consent to them to actually register to the exercise session. It's a brilliant session. It's a vibrant session. There's a good amount of kids there. It's fun. And the emphasis is on not only boxing, but just games and that kind of social development of young people, getting away from the technology and just doing something fun with people that live around the area.
Nice. And then also, I know we kind of covered it, but what would you say is one challenge of being a boxing coach? Because you work with loads of young people, so like that brings its own entity in itself.
100%. One challenge, I feel it might be quite an unpopular opinion, but one challenge of being a boxing coach is it is easy, and a lot of people, try and put on this mask and say, they don't, but it is easy to gather favourites in the boxing gym.
Oh,
it is easy to gather favourites. It's easy for that. You might have a young person that has excelled majorly under your training, and now it's almost like you're really proud of them, but you got to maintain that. You got to keep them feeling proud and being proud of them, but also keep bringing up the rest of the young people. You cannot put. We see it time and time again with boxing
really
gyms.
Put them too much on a higher pedestal.
Exactly, and keep pushing them. Like even for my old boxing gym, when his son became a boxer, all the other every boxer had to leave because there was no one was getting fights, nothing because his son was the focus sort of thing. So it's about keeping that level headed and not getting too hyped when you're training young people really.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's amazing.
What do you prefer, coaching or boxing yourself as well? Because you have a vast experience in both.
That's a hard question. That is a hard. I've never had that question before. That is a hard question. Wow. Oh gosh. Do you know what? I might say coaching.
Coaching. And why is that?
I might say coaching because I think sometimes, obviously, when you train yourself, you might see little improvements that you make and stuff like that, but you don't get the full outside picture. When I'm working with someone, I can take them through that journey and I pick out every single little individual mistake, and I think that's part of the fun of it as well. Whereas when I'm training myself, it's just a case of just get on with it, sort of
you
thing.
kinda-
If someone
you
else
go
has
for-
to do that job for
exactly,
me.
exactly.
But I like that element of it and perfecting every little element of that young person in terms of their boxing technique or just anyone in general. And and then seeing them be victorious really. So
Nice.
yeah.
So I was even gonna say, would you rather be like top boxer in the world, like the best boxer in the world, or the best coach in the world? Like, if you're the best coach in the world, you can literally go to any boxer, even if they're the shittest boxer in the world, you can literally coach them, and they'll turn out to be a world champion in 6 months. Or you're just like unreal professional boxer, like 100 wins, 100 KOs, world renowned. What are you picking? What are you going for?
This is going to contradict the last answer, but I'd say boxer.
You'd rather be a boxer?
I'd say boxer.
The best boxer in the world.
Best boxer in the world and the best coach. I think, one, I think I'd probably just, even now, like sometimes I'll participate with the young people in a bit of boxing and stuff like that in the sessions. But I think I just kind of, if I have to pick one, I'd miss that element of what, like if it's, if it's a two, but yeah, the reason for my last answer is because it's constantly a journey. But if we're at the top of the journey, then I'd say the best boxer. But if it's just we're talking about the journey full stop, then I'd say the coach is the best way, sort of thing, if that makes sense. So,
Nice. And talking of boxing, we've got Dream Chasers. Why the name Dream Chasers? For amateur boxing club, for those who are not aware of that. Yeah?
So the funny thing is, my mind was set on Power ABC. I had a logo and everything. I just thought it just kind of matched perfectly. And then I couldn't use a name. So for legal rights, with England Boxing, although we have the rights to the name, it's because we couldn't use the word power rather. So I tried empowered youth. I tried to be a bit smart with it. It didn't quite work. And then I said, you know what? At the end of the day, although having a boxing club has been one of my dreams since I was young, I want to put the decision in the young people's. It's their boxing club just as much as mine. Do you know what I mean? So I put the decision in their hands, and I said to them, "You guys, I gave them a couple of days, come up with a name for the boxing club, and I won't change it. I'll stick to it, sort of thing." And they came up with Dream Chasers, something to do with Meek Mill or something like that. I'm not quite sure. And it was really, I actually really loved it because it is about chasing dreams at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And although we pay attention to a lot of seriousness, you can't lose sight of your dreams. That's the main thing. And
you got to keep going after it.
Exactly. And I think the name has really stuck with people and been really inspirational to the point where one of our boxers in the adult class actually got Dream Chasers ABC tattooed on their neck.
Wow. But yo, big up. Listen, big up for that. Yeah.
So that's big.
It's real. And like, obviously, the name itself, when you say it, you feel empowered by saying the name too. So, what's the goal for Dream Chasers ABC as well?
So just get as many champions. Really, we are the home of champions, and I keep pushing that message. So more national champions. People winning their fights, Olympic medalists, Olympic gold medalists. That's the goal. Just to keep pushing this as far as we possibly can and keep bringing more and more young people and teaching them the art of boxing, really.
100%. If you had to put a number on like how many young people you helped this year alone, what would you say it would be?
This year alone, it'd probably be easily over 800. Oh, that's a hard question.
They're on the program, so you're seeing them on a regular basis.
Yeah,
as well.
So I'd say probably if not 1,000, then very close to 1,000.
Yeah. And we still got the end of the year.
Exactly.
And that's leading on to my next question. We're still gonna have another set of young people participating in the winter holiday camp, the HAF program. Tell me a little bit about the HAF program and how that works as well.
So the HAF program is a holiday and food program that's funded by the councils, the local boroughs, and it basically targets those from free school meals to come and do some activities, go on trips, and part of the I lost the word now. Part of the
initiative.
Yeah, it's to give a young person a hot meal. Do you know what I mean? And we, as an organisation, we target young people, especially those that are struggling with, childhood poverty and stuff like that. That's our That's our main thing. A lot of other
amazing.
organisations work with mental health, but we believe childhood poverty is a route to, increasing youth violence, increasing poor mental health amongst young people, youth isolation, and the rest of it. So it is one of the root causes of a lot of issues that we currently have. So a HAF program, us running a HAF program just makes perfect sense because we currently do the activities. And before we even applied for HAF, we were doing HAF activities anyway. We were running holiday clubs. We were just doing it self-funded. So it's great that we've been provided with an opportunity through local boroughs to and support to help reach more young people and promote our services further and make our holiday clubs bigger.
Nice. How can people sign up for the holiday camp as well?
So you can look for the forms on all our social media platforms as well as our website as well. There's an option to come down to the gym and fill out a handwritten form, or you can fill out the Google Docs link as well so they can sign up.
Cool. And we have 2 as well, in Woolwich Common and Kidbrooke as well. Oh, there's a third one in Lewisham too. So we're actually running 3.
Exactly
and
that.
How many children are you expecting to be on each program?
So we're looking at 90 to 95 children in total, 30 per program. With the exception of the additional 1 or 2. So a lot of young people.
And that's
almost
a lot of meals.
100. That's a lot of meals.
Be a lot of meals every
Exactly.
day. And trips included as well. It's just going to be a bunch of fun.
Plus staff. That's like over 100 meals a day basically.
Wow.
So that's big numbers. Big numbers, definitely.
Nice. And that brings me to my next one. Yeah. So now we're going to cover. So we covered HAF program, but also that was running concurrently with the Shooters Hill Academy, which is something that's kind of taken off over the past year, I'd say as well. So, what's the concept of Shooters Hill Boxing Academy as well?
So the Shooters Hill Boxing Academy covers a lot of different things, but I'd say the 3 things it targets is giving young people a second chance as well. So we work with Shooters Hill closely to do a lot of programs for young people that are at risk of exclusion. It's about, not only saying to them, okay, you've done wrong, that's that. It's about, okay, cool, this is what you've done wrong. This is how we can resolve this conflict, and this is what's going to come after it. You're going to have access to mentoring as part of the Boxing Academy. You're going to have access to self-defense lessons as well, in addition to the Boxing Academy, so you can learn how to defend yourself properly and safely in the correct way. And you're gonna be assigned to a one-to-one mentor, and there's loads of different opportunities from it. So in terms of working, get CV advice and stuff like that.
Definitely, and there's countless numbers of Shooters Hill students that have been through the program and they've gone on to do great things as well.
100%, 100%. Nice. So, and there's a lot of students at that 6th form, so we're looking to make some big changes.
100, man, 100. Thamesmead, Peabody, what's the deal there?
So Peabody's been, I would say they're our second longest running partner. We've done a lot of different work with Peabody as a whole. Especially targeting young people in Thamesmead, West Thamesmead in particular, because West Thamesmead is an area of South East London that is often forgotten about because it hasn't got much going on at all, and there's a lot of greenery, there's limited shops, and the community isn't very tight-knit. Everyone's all spread out, and there's not much social cohesion in the area. Exactly. So with that separation comes youth isolation. So that we use our program to target that, to give young people that safe space and to allow them to thrive, physical wise and mental wise.
Nice. And where can they sign up for those sessions? How does that work as well?
Again, that's a drop-in session, so they can come on the day 5 minutes early, fill out a form, and they can do that, or they can sign up via our website.
Oh, perfect. So what I've noticed is that, and what I like about Power Mobile Gym is that everything is easily accessible. It's not like you got to go and fill out so many different forms and get this email and get that email. You just literally turn up, you fill the form out, get permission from your parents, or if your parents sign you up there, and you're good to go.
100%.
And again, I've seen that the equipment that you provide as well. So it's again, you're subsidizing that cost for them to make 100%. It nice and easy accessible for them. So that's one positive thing about PMG. Yeah. And the next one I've got a few philosophical questions for you now. Cool. So this is one we kind of thought of it on the weekend. Would you rather have earned $3,000 a month, doing nothing, like you're just chilling, or Was it flip a coin
Yep.
for 5
No,
minutes?
you got it wrong. Would you prefer?
Yeah.
No.
You got it, you got it.
In your pocket,
Oh yeah, that was it.
100K
Sorry.
pocket.
Yeah.
or flip a coin for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's it.
But
For 5
say
million.
to the max.
Yeah, okay. Would you prefer 100K in your pocket right now, cash, or flip a coin for 5 million?
Do you know what? I'm leaning to the 100K because that's certain.
That's
The 5
guaranteed.
million, I could go home with nothing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But if I do get the 5 million, then I'm laughing. But I'd
it's
say
50-50.
play safe. Play
Play
safe.
safe,
Take
take
the
the
100K.
100K.
Yeah,
But
leave
that
it.
5 million, man, you could imagine you could do that 5 million.
I know. Play it safe.
I'm just trying to change your mind.
Play it
Just trying
safe.
to I'm testing the waters. Okay, cool. Heavy bag or pads? Training.
Pads.
Pads, cool. Why is that?
Pad work, your coach will be able to give you the bag isn't the bag's just staying there. Anyone can hit a heavy bag. Not everyone can hit pads correctly with, a good coach essentially.
Yeah.
So it's technical. It's getting you working. You ain't got no time to slack. Whereas on the bag, you can
take
cheat
your
a little
time.
bit.
Yeah. That's it. Cool.
So
All right, cool. Running or skipping?
do you know what? When I was training, I hated both, and I got flat feet.
So I want your answer from a boxer's perspective and from a coach's perspective. So what
From
would
a
the
boxer?
boxer and you, what would they prefer? If your coach
Skipping.
said to you, skip running or skipping, which one would you do?
Skipping, I'd always try. I'd done that running. I'd always
And
try
as a
like
coach?
running.
Running?
Yeah.
Cool. Why is that? Why running?
They both have really good benefits. Skipping is obviously really good for coordination and keeping light on your feet. Running is just good for your overall breathing, your overall health. Just keeping your muscles in good working order. It's something that I think every human, rather than it doesn't matter if you're in boxing or not, should be doing. And of course, it practices. Increases your muscular endurance, so that can last them through the rounds. So it's really important.
Cool. Some of the boxers at Power Mobile Gym and Dream Chasers take that advice on board.
Yeah, they need to take their notes. They need to take that notes.
Down.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So a couple more that people have actually sent in questions.
Yeah.
So they said, Devin Haney or Tank?
Tank.
Okay, I'm just gonna fly through them. Wilder or Joshua?
Wilder.
Fury or Usyk?
Do you know what? I really like Usyk's style because he's really unconventional, but Fury's a beast, man. Okay. I'll settle for Fury.
Cool. White collar or amateur boxing?
Amateur.
Southpaw or orthodox?
Southpaw. I would say that. I would say that.
Yeah. Super light and fast, or be like a major heavyweight but have one of the hardest punches in the world, like heavy hitter.
Super light and fast. You can evade the punches.
Cool, nice. What's the key to being explosive? Training
For power and not just strength. That's a key thing. A lot of people get that confused. A lot of people will do, slow press ups all day. That's training for strength. When we got doing our biceps curl, this is training for strength. You're training for power. You're looking different exercise. A lot of plyometrics involved as well. It's a different kind of training.
Cool, nice. What did you learn from fighting?
Composure composure and discipline in every kind of dimension of my life. Composure, as in as a boxing's very emotional. A lot of people forget that. When you're fighting, there's a lot of emotions involved. You spent 6 months to a year to 2 years training for this one fight, and you feel like a lot of weights on your shoulders. It's very emotional for both people and for coaches that have invested their time. So it taught me composure and kind of, I think, aided my emotional stability, especially growing up as a teenager. So yeah.
Cool, nice. Then we got the dilemmas. Yeah, so some people have sent in. Let me go on my Insta. Cool, here we go.
These questions are getting me today. This is interesting.
That's creative insight, man. That's the creative
this is
insight.
interesting.
All right, cool. Right, this one. All right, this is actually perfect for you. I always seem to have trouble fighting against southpaws. Any advice?
for him to beat me up. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Take away the southpaw's jab.
Yeah.
The jab is the most powerful thing on the southpaw, so take it away. Once you learn how to take it away, you'll be in a much better position. That's just one of the things you can do.
Okay. Someone said, how can I turn pro?
People like that. No, I'm joking.
How can I...
Train.
Train.
Go into amateurs first. Train with your coach, and once you've done a couple of nationals, you built a little name for yourself, built a little following. Then once you're 18, have a discussion with your coach. Don't just think you're a bad man and start turning pro and trying to look for the millions, because it ain't gonna come, right? So make sure it's a decision between you and your coach. And don't be delusional. Accept you know what I mean? Accept the critical information.
Be able to take criticism as well.
Exactly.
Nice, cool. And another one, I want to get into boxing, but my mum won't let me. She thinks it's too violent and I'll get beaten up. How can I convince her?
I've had this situation so many times.
It's
always a very awkward, it's not so much upsetting, but it's kind of, as a coach, sometimes your hands are tied. Do you know what I mean? So we can, let parents know the benefits of boxing and show them, if they want to, they can even witness a session, over 18, of course, and show them, that boxing is not about just jumping in the ring and getting your head smacked in. Do you know what I mean? It's not that at all. It's far from that. So I think the advice I'd give to that young person is arrange a meeting with your coach and your mum, and yourself to discuss boxing. So parents can watch a boxing session, obviously, in compliance with safeguard, you have to be over 18. But I'd say arrange a meeting with the coach and the parent and also the boxer, and to have a discussion about boxing, how it works at that particular club, because it differs from club to club. And I think, obviously, your hands are kind of tied. When you're under 18 and under your parents' supervision, you might just have to respect the fact that your parents say no, because as a coach, your hands are tied. There's not so much that we can do. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Nice. So keep that kind of open communication with the parents
100%.
and just let them invite them in, be able to see how it all works and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, cool. That makes sense. And before we kind of wrap up here, as you can see, I'm rocking the Rude Boy to Role Model.
Yes.
And I know that's a project that's been building for years now.
Yes.
And it's continued to go from strength to strength. So give us a little bit of backstory on Rude Boy to Role Model as well. So
I've always, outside, we're talking about Coach Shan as a person, my bigger dream is to empower, especially young people in Africa and the Caribbean. It's like very close to my heart, especially being of Caribbean heritage. I believe that the Caribbean and Africa often get overlooked when it comes to many different things, and especially sports. There's a lot of talent that we have both in the Caribbean and Africa. Definitely. And I thought, I was on Instagram and I followed quite a few Jamaican boxing pages, but didn't think nothing of it. But one day I just thought, you know what? Let me reach out to one of these pages. They were showing me love, and I started showing them love. And then we had a Zoom call. Oh, wow. And it was actually a WhatsApp call, and it was with Felipe Sanchez, who's now my business partner.
Felipe as well?
Yeah, he's like my best friend now, honestly.
Big up Felipe. You're going to be watching this.
Exactly.
There, so, yeah, man. So
Felipe Sanchez. So we had a WhatsApp call, and the way we spoke on that WhatsApp call was like we were best friends for 25 years. Like, it was just
instantly clicked.
We hadn't known each other from Instagram alone. We hadn't known each other. And then
of social media.
Exactly.
Social media.
From there, I don't think we've had a day where we haven't spoke, or a couple of days where we haven't spoke. From there, and that was about 3 years ago, and that's been continuous now. And then we brought on the thing about Rude Boy to Role Model and giving the young people a chance to go to Jamaica and learn some life skills, and vice versa. Nice. And everything he was saying perfectly aligned with what I was trying to do. Yeah. So it just made perfect sense. And through fundraising, we hold our barbecues twice every summer.
Yes, and that food at that barbecue.
Chicken, bakes, everything. So we initially was completely self-funded with the project, and we were honoured to actually pilot the project this year, January 2023, with one of our young boxers from Dream Chasers, which was...
How did he find that experience being out here in Jamaica? Because I saw some highlights out there. It's amazing, man.
So, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, they went from, cooking for the local community, to organising events, to fighting, to meeting the president of boxing in Jamaica, to like some really big things happens, and them Razor Ruddock. It was just amazing. Like I couldn't have actually. But we achieved further than the outcomes we set out to achieve, basically. So the Rude Boy to Role Model project is a 2-week cultural exchange program between England and Jamaica with the purpose of empowering young people through life skills, personal development, as well as having an emphasis on boxing.
And so when Ethan returned to the UK from his trip to Jamaica, like how was his attitude after that? Like, did it have a good impact on him? Did he see other things through after that? Like, how was it?
100%. So when he came back, initially, I think there's 2 things in my head right now. But the first thing that I would say is that I've never seen a young person become so grateful. That's what I would say. Yeah. So I think because the area of Jamaica where our partner boxing gym, Sugar's Knockout Gym, is an area that has high amounts of deprivation and youth isolation and youth violence. So it kind of it made him realise that even though he might complain about everything he has around him and put on this hard face, like inside you realise, you know what? I actually have so much more than a lot of other people, even down to shoes and stuff like that. And a part of the Rude Boy to Role Model project, they have to keep a journal. Both Felipe and I keep a journal as well, but the young person that we're taking or bringing has to keep a journal. And I told Ethan to come up with one quote to sum up the whole trip in that journal. Wow. And the quote that he came up with, and I couldn't believe it, he said, if you smile at the world will smile back.
Wow, that's very philosophical, very poetic.
It's mad. So, he was just like, how do I put it now? He was like, just really excited about it, and he was saying, because the thing with that young person is that it was always a case of keeping a straight face, like I'm not smiling, nothing like that. But he realised there's a lot of other young people that are like that in the same boat as him, and then when he started smiling at them and interacting with them and becoming more hospitable and nicer to them, they started doing it back, and he said, you know what? Boy, I'm gonna start doing this to everyone. I'm gonna start acting like this with everyone.
Nice, and then, so you felt inspired from there.
Yeah, so it was really, really good. I think it shaped his personality a lot as well.
Nice. That's amazing. And again, we definitely gonna need more scenarios like that. And I guess your vision would be to get even more boxers out there, even more young people out there, and from Jamaica to be in London as well. So like an exchange
100%.
program as well.
We're currently we're just waiting for certain documents to be approved so that we can have a young person down from Jamaica. So once that's all sorted, January time, we should be hoping to maybe even do another interview with the young person from Jamaica.
Definitely. They all got to be here in the gym doing interviews, man.
Yeah.
Nice. And cool. So any closing advice you give to young people out there?
Stay focused and don't get distracted. Friends will come and go. Parties will come and go. Wherever else you can imagine will come and go. But just stay focused on your dream, because life is one thing that you can't get back. So don't waste it.
Facts. Nice.
That's what I would say.
Okay, and then one more piece of advice for someone that wants to get into boxing.
Start. Make a start.
Okay.
Just make a start. You'll find you have a lot of hurdles and a lot of ups and downs along the journey, but make a start. You won't know how good you are until you start. So just start. A lot of people are thinking but not doing. Start.
Just do it. Nice. And then, in general, anything else you want to shout out or promote, or anyone else you want to give a thank you to or anything?
Looking here?
Yeah.
I want to big up Sugar's Knockout Gym in Jamaica, partner boxing gym. Big up Felipe Sanchez and everyone that is part of the team down there. And I also want to big up all the sponsors that we have: Riverlinks, Danny Sullivan, all of our partners, Berkeley Housing, Shooters Hill, Woolwich Polytechnic, and the list goes on. But big up all of you. So thank you for making Power Mobile Gym what it is today.
And that's been the Creative Insight Podcast. Big up Shan.
Big up. Thank you.
Big up the whole Power Mobile Gym team as well. And you're all doing great things, but all of us are doing great things. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you like this interview, go check out all the other ones as well. And like Shan said, New Year 2024, Rude Boy to Role Model interview pending.
Exactly.
And we're out.